46th annual Pepsi 400 is history, and the man is about to climb out and listen to this roar. A big smile, 37-year-old Jimmy Spencer. And Jimmy, congratulations, my friend. Dad and Mom, love you. Thanks. Junior, he never gave up. You know, he said, I said I never give up on him, and I never gave up on him. I never gave up driving. Ernie Irvin drove a hell of a race. My guys never gave up, neither did I. I got to thank the McDonald's crew, all the McDonald's owner-operators, everybody that helped me in my career. Everybody. Thank you. Jimmy, let's talk about that last couple of laps. Did you think you might be able to get Ernie, and it was close? I mean, you guys came very close to touching a couple times. We touched good, you know. I mean, heck, the race and a win. Ernie gave me enough room. I got to thank him for that. My car was real free on the top of the racetrack, and his car get loose on the bottom. He gave me enough room. I got a shot at him, went down the back straightaway. We touched. I come out on top. Thank you for a clean race. Indeed, it was clean, and they are celebrating here in Victory Lane as they are about to give him a bath down here. There comes the cooler, the Pepsi cooler in the McDonald's uniform, and Jimmy Spencer is about to celebrate.
Well, he sounds like he's run a mile, but in fact, he drove a very strong 400 miles here, and this is the final lap.
Well, he attempted that outside in turns 1 and 2, and as you said, his car ran free up there, so that's where he made his move. He ran up there to where you can get those right side tires in a little bit of dry pavement. Irvin stayed down on the inside. You can see his car wiggle a little bit down there. Spencer had the momentum. Irvin goes to the outside, but Spencer had that momentum pull down to the inside.
And now they're side by side, and it's a classic duel back to the line. There they touch. As they go in the third corner, they separate, go through the corner side by side. You can see the tire mark on Ernie's car. Spencer comes up the racetrack, trying to get as close as he can to Ernie to slow him down. They come off the corner. They touch again, and now it's the race to the line. Is Irvin and then Spencer at the last second by a fender. And that's how the Pepsi 400 came to a conclusion at Daytona, with Jimmy Spencer winning his first NASCAR Winston Cup event.
By the various print media from around the country, they've allowed me to grab him away from them. So, Ernie, that last lap was something. It looked like on the tape you and Spencer must have touched about 4 or 5 times. It had to be exciting for you, too.
I wasn't counting how many times. You know, it got tight, but, you know, that's the last race of a Winston Cup race. It's not like it's anything else. So, it's an important race to fire the, you know, Pepsi 400. And, you know, our car was strong all day, and Jimmy come up there at the end and didn't really know how strong he was, so he kept, you know, running high. And I could see he could get a good run on me, and he just made a perfect move at the end.
Now, he may have set you up a little bit. He showed you the high side with about 6 laps to go. Then with about 3, he started to go to the inside. Did you think, oh, he's going to try me on the inside and try to protect that?
I didn't really think he could go by on the inside. You know, he needed that long shot on the high side, and, you know, they had a great car today, and that's their first win. And, you know, after everything that went on at Talladega and stuff, my hats off to Jimmy, who did a good job and led the most important lap, last lap. But this Texas Avalon Ford definitely run good today, and did what we need to do, and that's keep running in the front.
All right, well, thank you very much. Congratulations on a second-place finish. Now let's go back down to Victory Lane, where Jerry punches with who? Junior and Junior? Well, we have Junior Johnson and Robert Glenn Johnson Jr., the 10-month-old, who just was taken away. Unfortunately, little Junior, got the ice bath along with you and Jimmy Spencer, but congratulations. This man did a heck of a job those last few laps.
Well, he did great. You know, I didn't know if he could ever get by Ernie. Ernie run off a good, the start off was strong. All you know, you just have to catch a little draft and get there to where you can kind of mess it up when he's, you know, running a straight line. You got to get him out of a straight line to get by him, and that's what Jimmy was able to do. So I'm tickled to death for Jimmy to win his first race and being in our car.
Junior, you've always liked an aggressive race driver. Years ago, you once told a driver, bring me back the steering wheel or the trophy, one or the other, and this man has to fit that mold.
Well, he does. You know, he's a real aggressive driver, and he charges to the front, and you got to deal with him if you're going to run up front.
He had to deal with some of the controversy at Talladega, but today they celebrate at Daytona. Jimmy Spencer is Carter Junior Johnson, their first one ever for Spencer, guys.
And it's the first win for Junior Johnson-owned car since 1992. Back with more in a moment.
400 are wrapped up.
You are a busy man, aren't you? The only thing I'm going to do is change my tie and then get right over there. We'll be back with the full field rundown and points and a complete wrap-up of activity here at Daytona at the Pepsi 400 in a moment. So final results of today's Pepsi 400 from Daytona International Speedway. Jimmy was our third first-time winner of 1994. Two of them have come here at Daytona. Of course, Sterling Marlin was the first-time winner of the 500 and Jeff Gordon the other at Charlotte. What a fantastic final lap between Ernie Irvin and Jimmy Spencer. Hats off to Spencer.
Well, that's the way you want to win them.
Kind of reminded me of Dale trying to get the lead from Dale Earnhardt there a couple of years ago in the 500.
Yep.
Here are the points now. Everybody stays the same, although the margin widens between Ernie Irvin and Dale Earnhardt, but everybody in the top 10, with the exception of one driver, stays the same. Lake Speed moves up 2 positions into 10th. Tomorrow morning, join us at 7:50 a.m. Eastern Time for the Grand Prix of France and the return of Nigel Mansell to Formula One. And qualifying for the Brickyard 400, the inaugural race at Indianapolis, is on Thursday at 3:30. Also qualifying on Friday. Shop Talk is coming up next. We're going to be selling some material for the Brickyard 400. Please join us for that. For Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, Sean Kernan, and Dr. Jerry Punch, our congratulations to Jimmy Spencer on his first win here at Daytona. This is Bob Jenkins. So long, everyone. Racing.